Welcome back to the Cabin Podcast. I'm Andrea Belke.
And I'm Megan Christian.
The Cabin is brought to you by the Wisconsin Counties Association and the WCA Group Health Trust. Megan, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing really well. We had a really fun experience recently that
we're
excited to tell you about. So for this episode, we thought we're starting a new series where we're going to dive into one or two of Wisconsin traditions. And we thought that for the fall, some good Wisconsin traditions are tailgating, very popular right now.
Doesn't get better than tailgating.
And supper clubs. Because I think fall's a good time to check out some supper clubs, do a little day trip or a little weekend getaway.
Yeah, I feel like right now is really the time for both of those things too, right? We have football, we have baseball still going on when we're recording this.
Yeah,
hopefully still going on after this.
I know, crossing all of the fingers.
I know. But also, we got all the things going on. And then supper clubs, what better way to spend your weekend than going to a supper club with your family? But I feel like we're just leaving Josh hanging over here.
We can leave him hanging.
Josh, we do have Josh in the podcast again today. How are you?
I'm doing good. I tailgate and I eat at supper club, so
you're perfect for this is what we're hearing. We knew.
But again, I don't have any cards, so is this a trivia?
It's not a trivia, but we like to be prepared. We have some facts for you and some history. So that's why
I'm going right off of this.
Yeah.
Bouncing it right off the noggin.
Expert.
I think that we should start off with tailgating. So Andrea and I, we told you, right, that we went to Lambeau Field and went to the Packer game.
You did.
This was your first time tailgating at Lambeau.
Yeah, first time ever being at Lambeau, actually. I didn't go into the game, which I kind of regretted, but at the same time, I was happy to not hit traffic on my way home. But it was such a good experience. It was like very high vibes there. Everyone was so happy to be there. It seemed like everyone was friends, and it made me so happy.
So where did you park? Where did you start?
Well, we had
we're
VIP status.
Yeah,
that
I mean,
day.
I'm very spoiled. I am really good friends with a former guest of the Cabin, Corey Benke, who does Cheesehead TV.
Yep.
So if you're an avid listener of the Cabin, maybe you listened to that episode. If not, you should go back and listen because we did just the coolest and most fun sports rivalries in Wisconsin. And Corey was such a great guest. But Corey lives right across from Lambeau Field. So he always has a parking spot for me because the parking at Lambeau, I mean, you're spending a lot.
Well, I mean, you could. Years ago, before the Titletown District was there, and they had like a big lots and a Kmart, we would always park there and then walk in towards, which is now like the Aaron's Hill and all like Hinterland, and then go across into the stadium. But if you go and you park on the other side by like in Drewzy's and the bar and all that stuff, that's a cool area to go. I always love to go to Crosse, but there's a parking lot just on the south end of the stadium, or I shouldn't even say the south end. I don't even know what's the south end. It's it's farther away from Lombardi Avenue than going away from Lombardi past Crosse. There's a big like grass space that I always pay to park in.
Oh, I know where you're talking
about. Right out of the stadium and it's right there. But
how much is it?
Depends on the game, but $40-$50.
Yeah,
but it's worth it, right? I mean, because otherwise you could pay $20-$30, park in somebody's lawn, you do something, but I don't know. It's just, I kind of like parking, and I don't actually tailgate anymore. I get out and I party gate, and I go to Crosse or I go to all the bars, and then we just go. Even with Johnny, we'll just take him along, and he'll have his little kitty cocktail, and we'll be enjoying our drinks, and it's fun.
So when you tailgate, do you like to kind of stay in one spot, or do you walk around and
we roam
meet
now.
people? You
we
do
roam
roam.
now. Yeah.
So something that I kind of learned at this tailgate, I didn't realize this was actually kind of a rule, and maybe not an unsaid rule. I don't know if people just know this. Maybe I'm stupid.
No, okay. So I talked to my dad about this before we keep going. Basically, the rule is that everyone can take part in anyone's tailgate at Lambeau Field.
I wouldn't say it's a rule, but it's...
No, it's not a rule, but it's a known thing.
Yeah.
But when I talked to my dad about it, he's like, what? That's not a thing. So I don't know if maybe in certain parts of the parking lot, basically, the tailgate area it is, and certain parts it's not expected.
Basically what happened was we were doing some interviews there, interviewing Packers fans, and it was the Bengals game, so interviewing some Bengals fans. And we were doing stuff kind of in collaboration with Cheesehead TV and the Cabin. So look on Instagram, you'll see some of our videos on the Cabin. But we were walking through, and then the guy who was filming us said, "Oh, let's just go to these people's tailgate and have a brat." And I'm like, we can't just walk up and say, "Hey, I want a brat." He said, "No, that's what you do at Lambeau."
You should not have any expectation that you're going to get free food and free booze.
That's what I thought. I thought it was weird.
That's what we thought.
I said that's kind of weird. He's like, "No, that's the rule at Lambeau."
It's not a rule. The Wisconsin people are very giving people. We like to celebrate. We are in the hospitality business. Discover Wisconsin is in the hospitality business. And Wisconsinites are very hospitable people. Like when we have, let's say, holidays, or if you have a Packer party at your house and you're bringing people over, it is our custom to have way more food than what is actually needed, which is why I look the way I do, because I always have extra amount of food. And I don't have a kill switch. So when I'm watching a Packer game and I know, oh, there's little Smokies over there, or there's taco dip, or there's brownies, or there's, like chips and dip and pizza and brats, then I go hog wild over it. But if you're tailgating, there's a lot of things happen at American Family Field too. Like we're just set up well for our tailgating atmosphere. So people park next to each other, and then they pull their grills out, and they have their spread, they have their 10x10 pop-ups or whatever. And it's like they're prepared if people come up and want to socialize. It's not one of these things where you can just walk up and be like, "Hey, what are you eating there? Can I have one?" And then
no, it kind of was though.
I know it can be, but I just don't want to give the wrong impression of like you can just go to anybody's thing and then you can be full.
No, you should not expect it. But like if you're lost, if you're really hungry and need a brat, like someone's gonna give one to you.
True, but
I think that's the point.
There's a way to go about doing it. So like if you're going through and then you see it's like, "Oh, look at that. That's a great setup." Or if somebody's wearing a old starter jacket from the 90s and you'd be like, "Oh, I love that jacket. Who is this?" Then the conversation starts and, "Who, where are you from? Who do you know?" And the next thing you know, everybody's from, a similar area, or they know somebody that went here and did this and this and this. We always do the connection. And then when the connection's there, boom, all of a sudden, "Hey, you want a drink? Yeah, what's up?"
No, I agree. I don't think you should.
No, we were like bamboozled by it.
We didn't agree with the notion you could just get food from anyone. That's why we fought back on this with our videographer. We said, of course, people are so nice. They're going to offer you. But I don't think you can just go up to any tailgate and expect they're going to give you food.
However,
you should not expect that.
However, we did go and get a bacon cheeseburger brat and a jalapeno deviled egg. And the woman that was running that tailgate said, "No, we are here for everyone. Anyone can come up to us, get a brat, get one of Aunt Sue's deviled eggs," which were amazing. Like the best deviled eggs I've ever had. But we just didn't expect that. We did not expect that level of hospitality from them.
So one way that you could do this, so like you can walk up and you see somebody grilling,
Josh's tailgate tips.
Yeah, he's just like, "What you cooking there?" Like you have like, "Whoa, wow, that looks good. What do you got?" And then they're like, "Oh, this is great." And then they're so proud of it, then they're going to offer you one.
That's so true. I do think if you're going to a tailgate, you should bring your own food.
No, 100%.
Bring your own food.
Do not expect to just, "I'm going to go to their tailgate and steal a brat."
Let's be honest. If you're going to be walking around and people are going to be feeding you, food and giving you drinks and all that, you should have something that you return the favor with, right? So you can have Packers paraphernalia, or these like little can koozies, little Packer can koozies. Like some gives you a brat, give them a can koozie, if you have something where you're walking around where you're really proud of your deviled eggs, right? You're going to go up and be like, "Hey, you want a deviled egg?" "Oh yeah, that's great. Well, cool. Can I give you a jalapeno brat?" Yeah, okay, come on. It's a sharing atmosphere. Yeah. It's not a feed me, get me drunk, and then I'm just going to walk away.
Something I did not expect was everyone gives gifts now at the tailgate.
And little cards.
Little tiny cheese heads.
Yeah, little koozies. We got like fan cards from a lot of people.
Did you know that everyone has these cards now? Fan cards.
Are you walking around in the tailgate like the parking lot?
Yeah.
Okay. Those are the experts.
Oh,
I mean, if go across the street towards the Don Hudson Center and, into the pay lots where everybody does it per game, it's going to be a wider range of people. If you go to that grass lot that I'm talking about, that's over by Crosse, it's going to be different people every single game. and you might not have the same interaction. If you are walking through the tailgating lot of the season ticket holders that are there every single time, they take pride in tailgating in the, in the actual parking lot of Lambeau Field. I can see why they have all that stuff.
I think this is good for people to know.
Yeah.
There's different tiers of tailgating.
Yeah. What do you think makes a good tailgate?
Boy, that's a good question. Okay, so if you have a TV setup, so you have games going on, or you got pregame show, if you have drinks, you have the grill going, but then you have the snack table. And, it's usually one of those little foldable tables, like whatever, and it's got the little snacks and everything on it. I would love to be able to see some type of a treat, multiple, if you will.
Sweet treats.
Sweet treats. I'm talking like the little scotcheroo bars, which are so good. Like, in little portions. We don't need to have a big piece. I'm going to have a lot of them, but I just want to go back and eat
You just want to feel better about yourself.
Right. I want beef sticks there. I want cheese, some type of a cheese spread. You can go with like the Kokana cheese spread or, any of the other ones.
Nice, local. I like it.
See, right? Chips. Give me the simple chips. I don't want a lot of like chips with like salsa. That's not tailgate.
No.
See,
that's
I'm
not
like
tailgate. You get it all over the place.
a ruffle chip
Yes.
with French
Simple.
onion dip.
Yep.
Ooh,
Simple chip.
Okay, a
Yep.
simple chip.
Yep.
What's your meat of choice? What's the entree?
Brat's the easiest way to go about it, but there's a certain way that you have to cook that brat. So I want it. I always do mine in a beer bath. It's 100% beer, no water, nothing else. 100% beer. I take a sweet onion and I chop it up and I put it in the beer bath. I take yellow mustard and spray it in that beer bath.
Interesting.
And then it's low and slow. You let it swim, right? You let the brat. It doesn't matter what brat you go with. I personally, when I'm going to an event like this, I'm a Johnsonville guy. And I've always said I'm a Johnsonville guy. I love using your brats as well, right? So if I'm going to use either one of those, let's say I'm going to use a Johnsonville and we'll go the original or, the beer brat. And we're going to put it in and it's going to swell up. It's going to be swimming and bathing in that stuff. And it's going to be for a little while. Then you take it off and you grill it. And it's got to be a consistent grill. I saw a brat last weekend at a tournament.
This is Josh's fantasy.
No, this is not a good brat.
It's a bad brat.
It was gray, so it had its bath. And then it was just fried charred on one side, fried charred on the other side, and gray in the middle.
Rotate it.
It's like, what? Who was manning that grill? So what you do is you take that and you just consistently roll it so it's that perfect golden crust.
Yeah.
So
Brat
some
tutorial
of them,
from Josh.
Some of them, they keep the bite, like the crunch, the snap, if you take it right off of the grill and you eat it. But I've said it before on the Cabin Podcast, brats get thirsty when they're on the grill. And you take them out and you put it back in that beer bath and it sucks it up. And then you eat that. It doesn't have the same like charred snap as if you take it right off, but it delivers back with like flavor and juices when you have
You're
it.
making me so hungry.
What are we even doing here? We should get to a tailgate.
I know, the Brewers play today.
Yep.
Let's go hit it up or something.
Yep. So there's some people that actually go, really heavy and they'll make steaks or they'll do some wild, like they'll grill an alligator or something like that if you're tailgating down south.
Okay, I was like, I've never heard of that here.
Don't do that. Just do something simple. If you want to cook a burger, cook a burger. If you want a hot dog, do a hot dog, but do the brat. Just do a brat. Be simple. I'm a simpleton. Give me my simple chips, my scotcheroos. You can get, some other wild stuff with, a taco dip. I will do a taco dip, not salsa. Taco dip. I want taco dip and I want brats and I want it all.
Well, your brats sound amazing. We did mention,
Yes.
or Megan already mentioned, but we had these bacon cheeseburger brats.
Yeah, they were so
They
good.
were really good. And
Like-
they were also so particular. We were ready to have them because we were doing a brat review and they said, nope, we got to give it a little more time. They knew
Yeah.
exactly what they wanted.
Okay,
And
experts.
it's so good.
Oh, it
Along
was
with
amazing.
the deviled eggs that had a homemade jalapeno on it.
Yeah,
So,
they were so good.
I'm not a deviled egg guy, but I can appreciate a good deviled egg at a tailgate.
Oh, it was
It's an easy thing to
It was
snack
what
on.
I needed.
What about do you want a game at your tailgate, like a cornhole?
No, get that garbage away from me.
Really?
You know
I
what?
appreciate a good
If I'm
cornhole
in a
game.
parking lot and and everybody's tailgating, you can have a board. You can have a game board that's right in the middle. But if you want to throw a football around, if you want to do that stuff, go to one of the other grassy areas. I don't want to be worried that I'm just going to be sitting in my chair, relaxing, having a joyful conversation, entertaining, if you will, eating, and then all of a sudden a football is going to fly into my lap. I don't want that. Take that someplace else.
I want a little hammerschlagen. That's fun.
I just learned what that was like a couple months ago.
Getting the death stare from Josh. That's so fun. That's a perfect game.
Hammerschlagen?
What?
What? You've never played that?
Okay.
Are you joking right now?
I played it in Janesville for the first time.
Hammerschlagen. That's a very it's a
very German-Wisconsin
game.
Yeah.
There's I am
trunk.
stumped that you don't know about
stump.
this stump.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm really tired. It's a tree stump.
It's a tree stump, and you put nails in it.
So yeah,
I didn't know what it was called.
Okay, you do.
Okay, so yeah, it's a tree stump, and then you have the nails, and you hit other people's nails in, and
Yeah.
oh, okay, yeah, hammer.
So like
you know
Polish
what it is.
horseshoes, right? It's a great game. I love playing that game. Not for tailgate. And I've been at tailgates where the kids are throwing it and it's going all over the place. And it's like, okay, enough. I'm trying to eat 18 brats.
Wait, what's Polish horseshoes?
Same thing as regular horseshoes, or is
No, that's the one with like the string and it's got like two little golf balls and you got to land it on the.
See, I don't know if I can say this on the Cabin podcast, but my family calls that testicle toss.
It's yeah, same thing.
Yeah, we've talked about testicle festival on the cabin.
That's
so.
true.
Right.
Yeah, we call it.
Yeah.
So we can
That
talk
or
about
monkey
that.
balls.
Well, we should shout out some of the Green Bay legends, the Green Bay fan legends that we met.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was actually what I think is so fun about the tailgating experience. If you go there and you go to that super fan lot, the regulars that come every season and like every game basically.
Yeah.
But you have everybody dressed up in there's the Green Bay Goblin.
Yeah.
There's the Snoopy.
Yeah. Okay. So the one that I was most impressed with was Mama Sue. She has only missed 2 games in like the last, what did she say? Like 30?
I think it was even 40 years.
Yeah. Like 30 years, 40 years. It was insane. But I just loved it because before I interviewed her, people were just coming up to her, giving her hugs. She remembered their names. It was like, you could just tell it was like a very big family. And I don't know. I can appreciate that and the camaraderie, very Wisconsin. And she was just so loving, so sweet.
So, do you all remember this was at the end of the Favre run. We snuck into the playoffs, and
Nice.
there was a lady that was holding up a sign called it said "We Believe" on it, and it's been used in a ton of ads or whatever for the Packers. That's my Aunt Tina. Shout out Tina. Big Packer fan.
Nice.
Yep. So she's been in stuff. I was in a book. This was like in 2003 or 2004-ish. It was at a Packer game. We were playing the Lions. It was cold. It was below zero. I was in college, and so we were keeping ourselves warm. And then at the middle of the third quarter, we were shirtless with a winter hat on. And I was doing like the old Hulk Hogan. And I was snapped. A picture of me was taken. And it was the weirdest thing. We were looking through a book, a Packer fan book that was at Barnes & Noble. And sure enough, on page like 93, there I was, shirtless like that.
So would you
Wow.
consider yourself a Lambeau legend?
No.
Oh.
No.
Wait.
I was at the first Lambeau Leap game where Reggie White got it and then tossed it to Lori Butler, and he jumped and ran into
That's
the crowd.
awesome.
And that was great.
Wait, that's so funny because my dad was in one of those books as well. Now, what my dad, Royal Belkey, he's such a character.
Was he shirtless?
He wasn't shirtless, but
Okay.
he took a deer mount, so a deer head. So he wore a Packers helmet. Then he put a deer mount on top of that,
top.
and those things are heavy.
Yeah.
Then a huge flag, like all the way up. This thing, I wish I knew how actually tall it was, but so heavy. He was sore for weeks afterwards. He was walking around. He made several newspapers. He's in this Hall of Fame Packers fan book. Maybe the same one.
Maybe the same
I don't
book.
know. But what's also interesting when he tells me the story of it, he talks about how he didn't even have tickets to the game and they just snuck in. Back in the day, you could just sneak into the game.
I wish.
Now that's impossible.
I wish.
But
So was he wearing that in the stadium?
So he had to take it off to then go in the game.
Okay.
Like he was able to sneak in the game. He let his friends in. I don't know how it was so easy back then. And then he put it back on. He had to reassemble it. But nobody behind him could ever see it. He probably only wore it in the game for a few minutes or something.
So in my younger years, I was at Favre's last game as a Packers. Indy and I bought NFC Championship game tickets, and it was paid a stupid amount for it. Then the weather forecast came out, and it was going to be like minus 25 or whatever it was with the wind chill. And the same tickets that we bought 3 rows from the top of the stadium, you could buy like 50-yard line seats, like 20 rows up, because once people saw what the temperature was going to be, it's like, oh, this is terrible. One of the worst games I ever watched live. The Packers came out. Everybody's, short sleeves. Everybody thinks, oh, yeah, we're tough. And you look at the Giants, and the Giants were all bundled up, and they played so much better. And by the end of the game, when Brett Favre threw that interception, it was like, you just see it in his face. There wasn't a soul around him besides Giants. And it was like, oh, are you kidding me? But I bought pizza that game, and my pizza was frozen by the time I finished eating it, and I can eat quick. And then it was like we bought hot chocolate, we bought beer, everything froze. Miserable experience. But I've been to a lot of great games. And used to really tailgate and have a good time. You telling me that story about your dad having that stuff on, immediately I go into my old man fan portion of my life, and it's like, that would suck to be behind somebody that has all that stuff on, because then, like, first off,
I'd
you're kind of
probably be
wedged
like a little
in.
mad.
You're wedged in, and then it's like, then you're trying to look, one of those things. Like, I would not enjoy that. So I would not recommend wearing a lot of costumes that impede other people's views.
No, for sure.
No,
I mean, this was definitely a one-off. I don't think he was wearing it that much inside the stadium.
Maybe the people behind him just bought that ticket for a one-off.
Were you front page of several newspapers?
I was not, but I was page like 93 and green, gold, and proud.
There we go.
Look it up.
Well, before we head into talking about supper clubs, you have some history on tailgating,
Yeah,
right?
so Josh, I'm curious. When do you think the first tailgate ever was? If you had to guess.
Ever?
Yep.
Are you talking in Wisconsin or
No,
just?
No,
just ever.
in general.
1912.
Wow.
Okay, well, so I guess it goes further back. There was tailgating during the Colosseum days, ancient Rome and Greece. He rolls his eyes. There was.
Okay.
There was.
People were bringing food to that. They were pre-gaming before these horrific things in
Okay.
the Coliseum.
People getting their heads chopped off. Other
But
people were having little
this
smokies
is-
ahead of time.
So this is interesting. I don't think this is necessarily great that people did this.
No.
We're not commenting on whether or not we think this was a good thing to do, but the first U.S. tailgate, technically, took place during the Civil War, the Battle of Bull Run. So, and you can look it up, and this is on from history.com, and if you Google this, it's everywhere. But basically, July 21st, 1861, residents of Washington, D.C., they packed picnic baskets and loaded carriages and buggies, and
You're
they
kidding me.
drove
No.
7 hours to the Virginia countryside to watch the Battle of Bull Run. And you have the Union captain, John C. Tidball. He witnessed a, quote, throng of sightseers and peddlers in carts loaded with pies and other edibles. So people went to watch this battle.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that you could just walk up to anybody's cart at that time and say, oh, I would like a brat, and get your free food and drink?
I don't know what happened during that time. I don't agree with it at all. I think it's pretty messed up. One of the quotes I pulled actually from that is that historians generally agree this was a case of the right idea. Very wrong time. War is not a spectator sport.
Right.
So
Okay, so let's focus on the Wisconsin
I don't think we can even
tailgate.
compare it.
Yeah,
So-
it's just to kind of show.
It's just
like,
to show when tailgating, when people got the idea. But then football tailgating
Really took off.
really took
Yeah,
off.
I mean, I think it's okay to note that
Yeah, yeah.
if you Google
That's fine.
first tailgate in the
Yeah.
U.S., that's what comes up.
It will say like ancient Greece, Colosseum, Civil War
Which
is
is
when people
wild,
started doing
which
it.
is-
You would have given me 10 guesses. I would have gotten every single one of them wrong.
Then 8 years later, Rutgers and Princeton play the first football game. 1869. And again, that was fans dining from, carriages, and it was just like a different life back then. Probably bottles instead of, they didn't have a portable grill. They were probably having, it was different.
It was kind of like
out in the open instead of porta potties.
Bottle of wine, all the different stuff.
And then it grows and grows, and then you're looking at the 1950s is when it really explodes with the portable grills, the coolers, and then it's just a whole different game. So instead of a sandwich and a wax paper and a bottle of wine, you're having beer and cans and coolers.
I've had the good fortune to be all over the country and worked in college athletics, and have seen a lot of different parts of the country in their version of tailgating. What I think Wisconsin does the best is that we will tailgate for anything. I would like to think maybe not the Civil War, but but we would do. There was a church function, like somebody's first communion. There was a family out in the church parking lot tailgating. And it's like, this is Wisconsin. This is who we are. But, if you look at what AmFam Field has and what Lambeau Field has, they have the space around the stadium to really accommodate tailgating. We can get in, get out in the same day. We know how to just throw a huge party for a couple hours and then wrap it up and go. We do it extremely well.
Yeah. 100%. I think we covered everything with tailgates. I feel like we could totally keep going and talk about all the different venues there are to tailgate, but I feel like we should move on to supper clubs.
The Cabin is brought to you by the Wisconsin Counties Association, and this week we are featuring Ashland County. Ashland County is a northern Wisconsin gem nestled on the southern shore of Lake Superior in Wisconsin's majestic Northwoods. Whether you're chasing outdoor adventures or seeking quiet moments in nature, Ashland County is your perfect destination. From the Apostle Islands National Lakeshore to the Chequamegon-Nicolet National Forest, Ashland County is a paradise for hikers, paddlers, anglers, and photographers. Kayak along sea caves, hike scenic forest trails, or cast a line in crystal clear waters. You can step into the past with a stroll through Ashland's historic Main Street and enjoy the very vibrant murals, known as the Ashland Mural Walk. 20 large murals were created by northern Wisconsin artists, and the paintings highlight subjects ranging from the city's lumberjacks and military veterans to its railroads, storefronts, and massive ore dock. Visit Ashland, Mellon, LaPointe, Glidden, Butternut, and more. For more information, go to wicounties.org.
The Cabin is also brought to you by the WCA Group Health Trust. Serving local governments and school districts, the WCA Group Health Trust partners closely with members to fulfill their employee health benefit obligations in a fiscally responsible manner. Learn more at wcaght.org. I feel like we should move on to supper clubs, which we won't really be able to go super in depth with because we do want to get a supper club expert in later on in the Cabin podcast. But
so this is just to be to wet your palate, Josh. Just get a little taste of the supper club.
Yeah.
I'm the supper club fluffer. You can cut that.
So when do you think that supper clubbing started?
Oh, to be honest, I don't even know. What do you like best about a supper club? I'll ask you, and then you.
Well, you can't just.
We can't just skip over the history of it.
That's called deflecting.
You can't just take a question she asked.
It's
and
called
flip
deflecting.
it back.
So how about
called deflecting?
So how about I don't know the answer. Can you tell me?
I don't know.
All right. So it's kind of debated. And I think you're actually going to find this interesting. So at first, when you look it up, it comes up with, well, the first supper club was in Beverly Hills, California in the 1930s.
Doesn't count. I want Wisconsin only.
Well, you'll be happy to know that a Milwaukee native started it.
Oh.
But, yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, some people and one of our supper club experts that we might be bringing on kind of disagrees with that. Thinks it started in London in the 19th century. And it was essentially only in the theater community. So people after their shows would go to these social clubs, have fine dining, talk to each other until like late into the night. But then other people think end of Prohibition and then these social clubs starting. So spending entire evenings dining, being social with all these people. But then some people think the Beverly Hills story. So it's kind of hard to choose when. But I think it was right after Prohibition that it really started and the trend started in the upper Midwest, which is kind of interesting. I don't know. It's hard to put like an exact timeline on it because there's so many different theories.
So just to point out, you asked me a question of when it started.
Right.
And yet the answer is all over the board. So now I will flip that back to
London.
you and say, what do you like about supper clubs? See how I did that?
Don't you find it interesting to see where something started? Every time we try to say with the actual origin, you go, I just want to hear about Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I think it's cool to see where it started and then how it came to Wisconsin.
Well, I think we've perfected supper clubs.
Yeah.
I think we have, 100%.
There are supper club, dinner clubs in other parts of the country, but they don't have the same style and feel like when you walk in. I do actually really miss a good relish tray, and they just don't really exist that much anymore. But there are some supper clubs in the area that I go to a lot that they have like the two little breadsticks in the bag and the crackers, and they got the cheese spread. Oh, those are great.
Yeah, we can.
That's fine.
We'll play ball. Let's favorite thing about a supper club. What are you getting? Oh, there you go. That's the biggest smile we've seen all morning.
No. I see that you deflected, and you can now it's back to me. So if I had to really choose, like, what's my favorite thing about a supper club? It's the time spent there and the reason why I'm there. I mean, so I know it's a tacky answer, but if you really think about it, you can go to any restaurant and just order food and eat and then be on the road. When you go to a supper club, it's an event. Like when people go to Ishnala, you know you're going to be there for a few hours ahead of time, getting drinks, enjoying the ambiance, and then you're going to go in and eat delicious food. That's like that at most supper clubs. Not to that level. Ishnala is in a different class. But if I was to go to the Maple Tree Supper Club, which is in McFarland, they have a great bar. And then you go in and everybody's packed around this bar and people are standing. There's layers, okay? So you have the people that are sitting at the bar that were lucky enough to get there and get the seat, or they weaseled in and took a seat when somebody got up, and everybody's waiting for their table. And then behind them is another group of people that just came in and they're excited to be there too. And then you're having a nice cocktail. Then you turn and you have a conversation with the person next to you. I am not one that loves to have conversations with people out in the wild. But I know, surprising,
wow.
It's not.
Well,
but if
a supper club is the wrong place for you.
Well, but when I'm at a supper club, those conversations are the best because everybody's just joyful. They're happy to be there. It's a Friday night, it's a Saturday night, and the weekend's upon us. We're all having drinks. We're all going to be well fed. It's just a good time to be there. And that's my favorite thing about a supper club, because supper clubs vary from all over the place. Like I just mentioned, Ishnala. There's one, in La Crosse that, to me, they have great food. It's a smaller environment, so you're not going to be sitting around. It's not your typical supper club, setup, but it's a great place to go. Or you can go to Sullivan's in Trempealeau, and you can oversee the Mississippi Valley. It's like Mississippi River Valley, and it's like that. To me, is like there's differences at every supper club, but what ties everybody together is the experience of getting your drinks, getting your food, and spending time with people you want to be with.
All right, Josh, what's your favorite Wisconsin supper club right now in this moment?
I'm not going to give you just one.
As of right now.
No, I cannot give you just one. But this is, okay, we'll take Ishnala and say the Del Bar off the list because I put those in a stratosphere, outside. And then there's two. My favorite fish fry, you didn't ask that. Favorite fish fry is in the Dorf House in Roxbury, okay? But I would say my two favorite supper clubs would be at this moment, outside of Ishnala and the Del Bar. See how I'm rambling on just to throw people off. I really like Diggers in La Crosse. It's right downtown. Josie is behind the mic. Josie, back me up on this.
Also, cabin listeners, this is Josie. Say hi, Josie.
Hello.
So you like Diggers too?
I do, yeah. It's right on 3rd Street in La Crosse, and I went to UW La Crosse, and it's just a really cool place to stumble upon when you're walking down 3rd Street.
It's unassuming. You just don't know it's there. And La Crosse is loaded with a lot of really good restaurants, ton, and in a compact area. It's a great place to go visit. But we were introduced to it's called Digger's Sting, and we walk inside, and it was like, okay, this is a pretty neat little spot. The food was outstanding, and they serve these little pieces of bread, and I don't know what it is. It's like little garlic bread. And you take a bite. My mouth is watering now. You take a bite, and it's like it disintegrates in your mouth, but the flavor stays there. It is unreal. So every time that we go to La Crosse, I don't know how many times we're going to eat while we're there. The goal is to at least make one stop at Digger's. But what really, like what's a special place to me? I love going to Mars Resort, which is in the Lake Geneva area. Because that's where so my buddies and I will go there for our fantasy football weekend. Like my college buddies will all get together, and it's so fun to get there. It's usually on a summer night, and you can see the lake. You're sitting outside. You're waiting for your table. They usually have live music. Everything's fun, and then you go in, and the food is again outstanding. I mean, what supper clubs do really well is that they have different styles of foods, and they're all fantastic. But if you give me a lake view and you give me a really cool bar set up and good drinks and maybe some live music, I'm good.
All right, I'll say my favorite too, Ishnala, because I had heard about it a lot and hadn't gone. So it was finally one of those things you have to go.
Yep.
Megan and I went.
Delicious.
We think it's really worth the hype.
We devoured that food. Andrea was going to save her steak, ate it on the way home.
What did you have for a treat? Did you get dessert?
We did not get dessert. We did have the shrimp Ishnala beforehand, though, as an appetizer.
Okay. Yep.
And I can just confidently say that is the best appetizer I've ever had.
Did you try different bars? I mean, like at Ishnala?
We bounced around.
Okay.
Yeah, we bounced around.
Kind of did a little tour.
Yep.
We did sit outside because it was very nice out. We
Oh,
wanted plain lake view. But I think the thing with Ishnala, a lot of people think, oh, people are just saying that because it's Ishnala. Right. It's on a beautiful lake. And I'm not just saying this because we work with them. They are genuinely a no-joke supper club.
Yeah.
You are getting the amazing experience. I don't care how long I have to wait in line. I don't care what day of the week I have to go. You are going to get good food, good service, good camaraderie, good drinks. You're getting it all there. And you can't, I will overhype it because it deserves to be overhyped.
It's also just stunning.
It's
beautiful.
beautiful.
Right on that lake, Mirror Lake. And you get amazing old fashions.
Oh,
like
so
Megan said,
good.
I had the appetizer and we were eating a lot. So I took mine to go, the steak, just a little bit of it to go. Within minutes of being on the road, I was already eating the steak again.
Yeah.
With your hand, just ripping
Yes.
it? Like a piece of jerky?
Absolutely. I couldn't get enough.
Okay.
It was,
Yeah.
I loved it. I really like Ishnala. And then I'll also go up north a bit to Superior area, Dreamland.
Yes.
So Dreamland, I filmed there
Yeah.
when we did an episode on Superior, and just the ambiance of being up there in the Northwoods on a winter night.
Yeah.
So Dreamland is about 1.5 miles off the highway.
Yep.
So it's easy to get to, but once you get to that neck of the woods, you really feel like you are in the backwoods of the Northwoods.
Right.
No one else is around. You could hear a pin drop when you're walking, and there's this huge neon sign. It felt so mysterious and magical. And then the food is incredible. We interviewed the owner and then his wife, who is just, she's the one that's like really cooking and just like has all the secrets. They have the 16-ounce lobster tail, which is really good. The steak, the food was incredible. Just the vibes up there. And I'll just never forget the visual of that, neon sign, just like in this, you feel like you're in the middle of actual nowhere.
Yeah.
So that neon sign is what does it for me. It's just the draw. It kind of sucks me in. But then you go in. You guys did a really good job with that episode. Their food is really good. Their bar, I love their bar setup. Give me a good bar setup at a supper club, and I can be there all day. Not a lush, but I can be there all day.
Yeah, I agree. I like
to
when
open after 4.
I like when there's a nice bar too, especially for waiting and kind of having a little separation as well.
Yeah. So I want to hear yours, but there is a supper club that shall remain nameless because I've ripped on it before. But their style is you go to the bar, you order your food, and then you sit at the bar and you drink. And then when your food is ready, you go to your table. They seat you. That is not me. That's not my
for
style.
me either.
I want to sit at the bar and drink and wait for my table. And then I want to go to the table and figure out what I want and then have that cool down period from the bar. And then I get into the calmness of the table. I don't want to be like at the bar, high energy, boom, all of a sudden you're at your table and you're forced to eat. That's not,
you're like,
I don't want that.
meeting your food at the same time you're meeting the table.
Not
Correct.
for me. Not for me at all. Okay, so my two. I'm going to start off with Blink Bonnie in St. Germain, Wisconsin. I know people have thoughts about this place, but you cannot get more classic supper club than there. There's probably 10 tables total in the dining room.
Oh.
Which is
It's very small.
that's my disappointment with it. I mean, they could expand. That's all I'm saying.
That's what makes them special, in my opinion, though, because it's like you're one of those 10 tables when you're in there and you're getting undivided attention from your server. But when you walk in, they open at 4:00. There's no reservation, so you do have to wait like you do at Ishnala. They have a very naughty pine bar, great bartenders, pretty full bar too, I would say. You can get pretty much anything you want there, which is great. But when you sit down, like I said, very small dining room, it's very intimate. So you're just with your family. I went with my mom, my grandma, and my grandpa, and it was really special because I had never been there before. It's one of my grandparents' favorite places to go, and my mom loves to go. But what I didn't know is they bring your food out, your steak, out on a sizzling hot iron plate. So once that steak comes, like, you can hear it from across the room. You're sitting in your chair and you're like, oh my God, it's here. It's here. But I think another thing is that steak gets cold kind of fast. So the whole time I was eating it, it was hot, which was great.
Not a guy my size.
I'm a slow eater, Josh.
Steaks don't cool down.
I'm a slow eater, but it does just kind of feel like you're in a cabin. They do the bread board. That bread is so good. They have some of the best mushrooms, in my opinion, and I just love the servers. If there's an empty chair at your table, the server will like sit down, take your order, talk to you. How's your day been? All this stuff. But yeah, Blink Bonnie also translates to welcome warmly in Scottish. And it's, like I said, been open since 1971, third generation. So they're very homey family vibe there. My second one is a German supper club. Do you know what I'm going to say?
Dorfhaus in Roxbury, my favorite?
No. My favorite.
No,
there you go.
My
You
favorite
just said
fish fry. Favorite fish fry. Never mind.
I think
Take
we
that
got
out.
it.
Cut it.
Kevin, we got it.
No.
Weissgerber's Golden Mast in Okauchee Lake, Wisconsin. Overlooks Okauchee Lake. I've been going there since I was probably like 4 years old. My grandma used to cut Hans Weissgerber's hair, which is just kind of funny. I don't know. But I like go there every year for my birthday. They have a great Aperol Spritz, great martinis, old fashions. They have a beautiful bar, so you're just overlooking the lake at the bar, which is nice. But then it's this giant German building, very traditional. Everything inside is very like colorful carpeted, gold plated, like you're going to get a good experience there. A little more on the pricier end, but not bad for a supper club, to be honest, compared to some of the other ones. But my favorite thing ever to get there, I get their filet, garlic mashed potatoes, some mushrooms on the side. Can't go wrong. And then they have a strawberry Schaumtorte dessert. My favorite. You can't go wrong.
Okay. I mean, those are good options.
Yeah. We should shout out the Del Bar, too. I
did.
Well, but you just said
the Del Bar and the Ishnala are in a different stratosphere.
Yeah, but we did talk about Ishnala. So because
Yeah.
I haven't been to the Del Bar, give me the elevator pitch.
So you walk in and immediately everyone's like, hi, how are you? Like, how's it going? Very friendly. It is a Frank Lloyd Wright inspired building.
Oh, cool.
One of his disciples built it, to my knowledge. Fact check me.
No, you're right.
But there's different levels. So there's like a couple different bar areas, like
So they
I don't know how to describe it. It's
want me to take it
interesting.
over?
Yeah. Well, how do you do it? It's
They
kind of
have
like
their-
3 different levels of bar.
Yeah, so you walk in and it's just a new addition to the building is their new smaller bar area. They
Yeah.
have more seating waiting for tables. You can actually get a reservation there, which is great.
Yes.
But they have this new area as you're walking in, and it still kept that vibe, like the Frank Lloyd Wright vibe. And that's a great little spot. But then you go up to the main bar area. This is honestly, it's one of the neatest bar areas of a supper club that I've seen. So It's not one of those like it's not an L bar or a square bar or whatever. It's just got all these different twists and turns, and like their chairs are very eclectic looking. I mean, it's just kind of this classy style, right? And it's a little bit darker in that part of the building. I actually love sitting in that portion of it.
I like how dark it is.
Yes, me
because
too.
when you go to the table, it's very bright if you're there earlier in the evening.
Right. So they have an addition that you can go in, and it's a bigger room, and then they serve a bunch of people, but there's a lot of bright lights. You can go sit in the back, which is by a koi pond, and then that's a little bit brighter because then you have the lights. It's like floor to ceiling windows there, and then there's little areas like by the wine area where you can get tucked away. Because this is a Frank Lloyd Wright Disciple building, there's a lot of like hidden little doorways, and it's not your traditional like here's a box, throw some tables up and then go with it. This is a very nicely designed building, and every seat seems intimate in this place, and the bar is very neat to just go and get a drink. Their appetizers are great. They have a salad where you can get like hot bacon dressing, which is great. I'm a big
they have
bacon
sassy
guy.
cow cheese curds.
Yeah,
which
their
are
cheese
so
curds are great.
good. And they serve them with honey mustard.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Yep. It's just an awesome spot.
And
And it's really, and if you think about, the Dells area has great restaurants, really cool supper clubs, multiple. And Ishnala and the Del Bar, both quality when it comes to food and just two totally different experiences. One is you're going to sit and really take in the lake, and you're going to take in, just like being around people and you're getting your drinks. And once you're inside, it's very intimate that you're looking out over the lake, and, you're just, you have your group that you're with. But at the Del Bar, it seems like it's that's another very intimate spot, and it's cool. I mean, those two are. That's why I said they're in a different stratosphere. But I love all the ones that we've been to. We didn't even mention like the Buckhorn or any of the ones in like Beloit.
Well, like we said, we're just like skimming the surface at this point because there's so much we can go into.
All right. Well, this was supposed to be a short episode, and it's very long. I think it's impossible to do a short episode with you, Josh.
Impossible. Impossible.
Okay. Well, we're gonna leave you with a little game. You ready to play a little fall game? This is called Love It or Leaf It.
Okay.
It's if you love it or if you want to leaf it.
Get rid of it.
So
Right.
just kind of learning your fall favorites. The viewers have been wondering your fall favorites, Josh, so we're going to give this to them. So you just say love it or leaf it. Corn mazes. This is kind of a rapid fire.
Yeah.
Okay, but
You don't have to explain yourself.
Am I solo or do I have people with me? Like
Whatever
if I got
you
my
want.
kid with me.
Whatever you want.
Leave it. Just get rid of it. Don't
All
want
right. Mine, candy corn.
Oh, love it.
What?
Leaf it far away from
What?
me.
Are we talking like
No, we're talking traditional
with like
candy corn.
traditional, not even the ones with like the little chocolate piece and then the pumpkin candy corn?
Just a regular
candy corn.
Like, yes, all day, every day.
You like that?
Yes, take it and take some like peanuts
Josie, do you
and
like
mix
it?
them in. It's
Love
so
it or
good.
leaf it, Josie. Candy corn.
Love it. All kinds.
Thank you.
You like candy corn?
Yeah,
I think it's so nasty.
I do too.
It's so good. It's just so nostalgic, and it's been around forever.
Yep.
It's a childhood classic.
Got a nice little taste to it.
The taste is so bad. And
Doesn't
it's
matter.
just
So bad.
The texture is nasty.
It hurts
Where
my
else
teeth.
are you going to get wax in your teeth and have sugar rush
Yes.
all at the same time?
Why
Thank
do
you, Josie.
you want that though?
Okay.
Like, ugh.
This is so important. So please, viewers, can you chime in if you like candy corn or not? Because I would assume most people don't like it.
I would have to agree.
Okay.
It's leaf it. All right. Love it or leaf it. Apple picking.
Not love, not a leaf. Like,
A
not
like.
love. Like, not love.
Okay.
Okay. Love it or leaf it. Halloween costumes.
Love it. One year I wrapped myself in tinfoil and I put a date on it and I dressed as leftovers. So that was a good one.
Nice. That's very on brand for you. I
What do
feel
you
like.
think of? Well, no, I'm not going to ask you. Megan said you would hate that.
No.
Well, when people dress up as serial killers, especially since Wisconsin does have some, do you hate that?
No.
You don't hate
Oh, really?
that?
No, why would I?
I thought you like hated the whole serial killer Wisconsin combo.
I'm not. No, I'm not in love with serial killers. I'll say that. But I just, I don't like the haunted areas. Like I don't want to
Okay.
go to Ed Gein's farm and like hang out, right?
No. On to the
Everyone's
next.
going there.
On to the
I
next.
know.
Everyone's going there,
it's a
and I
stupid
don't think the
Netflix
show
thing.
is that good.
I can't eat chicken after it. Sorry.
Okay.
All right. Love it or leave it. Mulled wine.
What?
Mulled wine. It's like a warm red wine with cinnamon and stuff in it.
Leave it
I
all
agree.
day long.
I agree.
Yuck.
It's disgusting.
Love it or leave it. Haunted houses.
Real haunted houses.
No,
Like-
like the ones you go through and they scare you.
Yeah. Or haunted hay rides too.
Like not love.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Love it or leave it. Casket races.
What?
Now you got to tell him.
So, well, what do you think? Do you love it or leave it?
Leave it.
Okay. Well, I found this event coming up, so just in time for if people are interested.
Oh, imagine
There
that.
are the Beaver Dam Casket Races. So it's the 8th annual Fall Downtown Fest and the 4th annual Casket Races, October 25th. So mark your calendars. It's in Beaver Dam. Teams push decorated caskets on wheels.
Okay.
On down South Spring Street. It's a team activity. You dress up the caskets. The winning team gets $1,000.
What?
So here's my question: is someone in the casket?
You know what? I didn't do
Didn't
the
specify?
Yeah, I don't. Maybe. I would say I don't. That's a very good question.
Can you imagine being on that committee? They're like, oh yeah, this is our 4th year of it. It's going really well. What should we do to really spice things up? Oh, what if we decorate caskets and have a race?
It must be a hit if it's their 4th annual.
Yeah, and that Fall Fest seems very fun. Seems like they have a lot of like
When
really
is
cool. That's October 25th, Beaver Dam.
Okay.
So maybe
you'll
look
go.
it up. Maybe you can still enter for the casket races. I feel like there's all these fun competitions, but I haven't heard, there's the cow chip throw. There's
Yeah.
the wife carrying competition, but I haven't heard of a grand prize of $1,000.
I
So
know.
That's pretty wife carrying. I mean, you could get
Don't you get
good
beer?
money. Yeah. You
wait,
get,
more than $1,000?
I think isn't it like $5 per pound of the wife, and then you get that also in
Beer.
beer, like her weight in beer.
Something like that. I don't know. That's
I don't
kinda
remember the
crazy.
exact details
Yeah,
of
yeah,
it, but it's
yeah.
a good prize. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh.
You're looking to make a
$1,000
little-
though. That's
You're making
pretty
make some extra cash and
Yeah. Mark your calendars.
good. So now this is a fall show, and we're talking about great fall things, right? And fun things to do in Wisconsin. What about the, like the pumpkin farms and the corn maze farms? Do you like going to those things, like apple cider donuts?
I'm not a big apple cider donut girl, but I love going to a pumpkin farm. Sorry.
Okay.
I think pumpkin farms are so cute. I was just
Same.
driving out to Cedarburg area and went by so many. They have so many adorable pumpkin farms, corn mazes, and sunflower fields.
Oh, yeah.
And it was really cute just seeing all the families. So I think that stuff's really
So
awesome.
we go every year. We go to the one Schuster's. It's in
Deerfield?
Madison. Yeah, Deerfield, and that one's great. I mean, it's just fun. You just kind of go there and take it all in. There's one.
They have a great haunted hayride there, too, at Schuster's.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, there's a couple in Calumet County. One's Heritage Orchard, and the other one's Molly's Pumpkin Patch, I think.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, you filmed there?
No, but we had Calumet County guys on.
Yep.
Oh,
They
that's right.
talked
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it. Yep.
And then there's one that's in Lake Geneva. I really wish I remember that one, but dogs are welcome.
Oh,
Nice.
And she, so like we got to bring Nellie, and Nellie's
Mm-hmm.
walking around the farm and, pumpkin picking, and then there's apple cider donuts, and Nellie and I
Yeah.
both like apple cider donuts. She's a dog, so she shouldn't eat them, but I enjoy them too. But you should really give it a whirl.
All
I mean,
right.
you need to
I'll
try
give it a
them
whirl.
again. They're great donuts.
All right.
All right,
I mean, I
well-
have tried them, but,
yeah. Josh, thank you.
Thanks for
That's
taking
great.
us about 25 minutes over
Did you-
what we planned.
Did you have fun?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hungry now. I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys can hear my stomach growling
No,
or not.
I know all that
but-
talk about
I
steak.
know.
Well, thank you, Josh, as always.
Any
Glad
last
to be here.
words?
Sorry
this
for taking all the
episode?
time.
Hey, if we do an episode about Christmas and the holidays, will you dress up as Santa?
Okay, I got one story. So when I was working at for the Badgers, right? So I had a red jacket,
Uh-huh.
like a big red Badger jacket, and I was stopped at the local Pick and Save, go pick up some groceries. It was after work. Got my jacket on, and I'm going through. And granted, I'm a larger individual.
I
Right?
know where this is
Yeah.
going.
And I go right up to the cooler area, and I'm looking at some stuff. I think it was like sour cream or whatever. And all of a sudden I hear, is that him? And I was like, please don't be talking about me. Please don't be talking. Mom, is that him? And then I turned over, and there was this little girl. She was so sweet. She's like that.
Oh my God,
she
I just
thought
saw
I was Santa.
picking
So I
Santa.
gave her a wink, and then I grabbed my sour cream and went up to the front. And then I thought, I really got to do something with my life that this kid is thinking I'm Santa Claus.
Oh, that's like so adorable, though.
So you are going to dress up as Santa for our holiday episode.
I'll wear a red shirt, and that's about all you're going to get.
All right. Thank you, Josh.
And a Santa hat. All right, cabin listeners. Sorry that was a little bit of a longer episode, but we hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you next week.
Bye. We're wrapping up the season at our renowned Oak Creek Farmers Market with the Fall Festival, the biggest and final market day of the year on October 25th. Fall Festival is a day of family-friendly fun with local vendors, fresh produce, and delicious treats. Enjoy live music, pumpkin carving, fall-themed activities, and games for all ages. It's the perfect way to celebrate the season and support our local businesses. Don't miss out on this exciting community event. Fall Festival at the Oak Creek Farmers Market is the highlight of the season. For more details, visit oakcreek.com.
Planning your next vacation in Wisconsin? With over 40 hotels across Wisconsin, Best Western Hotels and Resorts provides timeless accommodations that blend comfort, convenience, and exceptional value, making them the perfect choice for your next getaway. Whether you're traveling for business or leisure, you can count on Best Western to provide the things that matter most: a warm welcome, a rewarding stay, and a truly exceptional value. Enjoy well-appointed rooms, convenient amenities, and a team that's dedicated to ensuring your comfort. Plus, with Best Western Rewards and their free loyalty program, you can start earning points for every qualified night you stay. These points can be redeemed for free room nights, gift cards, and more. And with Pay with Points, you have even more flexibility. Not quite enough points for a free night? No problem. For just 5,000 points, you'll save $25 toward the room rate, and you can use more points to cover a larger portion of your stay. Whether you're visiting for work or play, your next trip is just a few clicks away. Visit bestwestern.com to book, learn more, or start earning points today.
We don't always think about this, but transportation delivers for Wisconsin. Roads, rails, air all form a network that powers our state's economy, connects farmers to markets, factories to buyers, vacationers to their cabins. You get the picture. But when one part breaks down, everyone feels it. Higher costs, longer drives, fewer jobs, and less safety. Later today, head to transportationdelivers.com for updates on efforts to promote safe, reliable roads and bridges for today's Wisconsinites and generations to come. That's transportationdelivers.com.
All right, everyone, we are back with a little behind the scenes look at a upcoming Discover Wisconsin episode. So in here we have producer Lindsay Hayes. How's it going?
Hi, ladies. Good.
Good. Well, I'm excited to talk to you a little bit about this upcoming episode on Baraboo. So let us know what's happening with it.
Yeah, Baraboo is a wonderful community in Sauk County, Wisconsin. And the thing I love about it is you have this cute little downtown with so much history, starting out with that rich circus tradition and history. But then there are these cute little boutique shops that you would never know that are like high-end boutique shopping, and then culinary lovers' dreams and all sorts of things. And you step right outside of the city limits and you have nature's playground in terms of like Devil's Lake State Park, our #1 visited state park right in Wisconsin, and the gorgeous bluffs and the Baraboo Hills and the Baraboo River. I mean, it is just a beautiful area.
I think it's great. If you're going to do a trip to the state park, you may as well stop in Baraboo. It's right there. And like you said, the last time I was there, I was amazed by all the cute little shops they have there and ice cream. And it's a great place for kids, too. You kind of covered this in the episode.
Yeah. So it's funny how, right, your travels change depending on the stages of life you're in. I have small kids now. They're 4. And so it was one of those where I'm like, my mom hat turns on of like, what is Baraboo is kid approved 100%. They've got a lot of great options for you. They've got a gorgeous little children's museum that's super fun. The Oshner Park Zoo, I grew up going to it as a kid, so now it's super fun for me to be able to pass that on and bring my kids. but I've been to zoos all over the United States, and Baraboo's is free. And the best part is these animals are actually active. Like, I always joke, happy animals. Like, you will see these bears coming right up to you. We were feeding the bears peanuts, and you can do all of this for free. Like, you can literally feed a black bear a peanut for free as long as you do a behind the scenes tour. So my little guys got to do it, and that'll be a part of the show. And just to see their face light up when they actually got to do that.
I love that.
It was very cool.
What else can we expect for this episode?
Yeah, so we did a lot of fun outdoor recreation, and we focused on that. Baraboo is wonderful for that. They've got some wonderful different golf courses in the area. We went to Devil's Lake State Park. I had no idea that you could scuba dive Devil's Lake. So we actually went along as some locals were getting certified, and we got to see the coolest footage you have to watch. This diver goes down, picks up a rock, underneath it, grabs a little crayfish, picks it up, holds it out, and a bass comes and eats it out of his hand, and we have it on footage.
So that's in the episode.
It's in the episode.
Wow.
And to see it firsthand was so cool. And so, yeah, it was one of those that you have that nature. And then, ladies, don't worry, I have you covered, because we went and we're like, okay, we're going to shop. We're going to go tour some wineries. We're going to go to Tumble Rock Brewery, and we're going to listen to live music on the patio and eat some amazing food. We're going to go to Driftless Glen, which is a little higher end, nice restaurant on the river.
I've been there. The food is so good.
So good. And
jealous.
then we went to this, I had no idea. I've lived in Sauk County forever, and I had no idea there's this place called the Inn at Wawanizi Point. And you get there, and it is this luxury retreat where they, like, 5-star treat you. You're out remote, and it is the most beautiful view. From Baraboo, Wisconsin, you can see all the way to the Madison State Capitol on a clear day. You can see the Capitol lit up at night. Like, the view, I can't even describe it until you see it in person. It was such an amazing getaway. So,
do you need binoculars, or you can see it with your own eyes?
No, you can see it with your own eyes.
Wow.
Yeah. And so it was amazing. Only like on a clear night when the Capitol's lit up at night. But even just to be out there and have breakfast on the patio in the morning and the view that you're able to see, it was awesome. So yeah, this is one of those that out of all the episodes I've done, it was one that it was like, check. Like, oh my gosh, it was really fun.
It must be a cool full circle moment to growing up in that area and then being able to produce and host an episode like this.
Yeah, it was fun. It was like, come to our backyard. I promise you won't be disappointed.
Yeah. I love hometown episodes. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, so for everybody, so this comes out on streaming October 15th, and then it's going to be on broadcast the 18th and 19th. And Lindsay is the host of the episode as well as the producer. So you're kind of doing both at once here.
That's right. And mom life too in there.
Oh yeah. Are your kids on the episode?
They are, yeah. So they got to go to the zoo with us, which was really cute.
That's really cute. So thank you so much, Lindsay, for this behind the scenes. Make sure you check out this episode on Baraboo this week. Bye.
Today's episode of The Cabin was hosted by Andrea Belke and Megan Christian and produced by Andrea Belke. Audio engineering and video teasers by Nick Cardarella and Megan Christian, with social media by Megan Christian. Production support by Gavin McLean. The Cabin is a production brought to you by Discover MediaWorks. To learn more, head to discovermediaworks.com and don't forget to leave a review.